This is just horrible. This young man arranged with his friend to kill his own mother.
Just a few minutes. This morning we are learning some troubling new details about a 15-year-old accused of killing his family in Elkmont 14 months ago. In the latest documents, prosecutors claim Mason Sisk shot his father, his stepmother, and 3 siblings in the head. And 2 months after the murders, a juvenile probation officer wrote an evaluation saying, quote, you can see this here on your screen, Mason does not seem bothered by the fact that he is accused of murdering his family. He has not shown any sign of remorse. While in detention, he has not talked about his family at all, end quote. Now, the officer notes a handful of minor infractions for Sisk while he's been in custody, but also says he's been recognized for good behavior overall. Last week, prosecutors announced Sisk would be tried as an adult and would face capital murder charges. Right now, he's being held in the Limestone County Jail.
20-year-old Delilah Ruiz was shot and killed Saturday night in a domestic dispute. The violence caught on her home's doorbell camera.
They took so much from us, not just her, but the future we could have had with her, the memories we could have continued to create with her as a family.
Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office says her ex-boyfriend, 19-year-old Elijah Clark, pulled the trigger. He was arrested in Texas. A 17-year-old girl and a 19-year-old man were also charged with hindering apprehension and prosecution of a case. 18-year-old Christopher Valdez was arrested in Miramar and accused of being the getaway driver.
I said, I hope they don't get to live their life. Just she doesn't get to live her life. We don't get to have her anymore.
Witnesses told Miami-Dade deputies that the victim was getting ready to go out with friends when she received a notification that her boyfriend had transferred money from their shared Cash App. According to the arrest report, the victim transferred the remaining $37 out of fear that he would transfer all their money. Witnesses say Clark then showed up outside the victim's home, where the two got into a heated argument before shots rang out.
I wish she would have never came outside. I would have still had her.
Like I had a plan in mind.
Simi,
Ma,
you told me that when she came, you caught her doing something. You caught her sex chatting with another man. That was why you killed her. So tell them, what is it? What has she done to you to deserve this? Tell them.
she was always cheating. She hid most of the things from me most times.
How did you get to me?
Because I saw her phone.
How? When did you get to me?
I saw her phone, like I said.
What did you see in the phone that made you very angry?
Most of the chat with the other guys. That's what I saw on the phone.
So that was when you decided to kill her?
Yes.
Do you have any regrets?
I don't have any regret.
Okay, you don't regret killing her.
I don't.
Why?
Because life is reciprocal. That's what I thought. Life is reciprocal. And if you must be
Shave her hair in her private part, all because a native doctor told him to do so. May we not give birth to what will kill us. So, Miss Justina Amunde came home one day in December of 2024, somewhere around 24th of December to Christmas, because she had been in church the whole day. So she came late to her house in Ogudu local government area of Cross River State, where this incident took place. Now, according to what we know, she lived with her housemaid. So it was just her and her housemaid. It's not stated if she was married or if she had other kids in the house. But we know that she was home with her housemaid. So when she came back from church, it was late, a typical routine: bathe, eat, watch a little bit of TV, and get ready for bed. And before you go to bed in most homes, they have to lock the doors and lock the windows, and everyone goes to bed and waits for the next day. And that was what she did. But what she did not know was that her son, 29 years old Matthias Amunde, had already sneaked his way into the house with his friend, and they hid in the store in the kitchen. Clearly he knows his mother's routine, so he knew the best place to be to wait for her to go to bed. And when Miss Justina went to bed, he and his friend, I believe is this, both waited till everywhere was calm, because they also needed the compound to be calm. What they were about to do was heinous. So you gotta be really, really spontaneous. And immediately she went to bed and everywhere was calm, Matthias and his friend both decided to come out of the store and execute their plan. But right at the time they were coming out of the kitchen store, that was when Miss Justina's house girl woke up to the kitchen to go and drink water. And while she was there, she heard the noise and saw their shadows Instantly, she knew somebody was in the house. The house girl screamed and shouted, and these two boys pounced on the house girl, trying to hold her down, trying to keep her from screaming. Miss Justina hears the whole shout and the commotion. She comes out of her room to the kitchen and starts fighting them both away from the house girl. It's almost as if it's their plan to lure her to the kitchen. Or maybe they would have gone to her room also if she locks or doesn't lock her room. When Miss Justina got to the kitchen to fight off the intruders from her house help, she sees it's her son, so she is not entirely on alert. If it was somebody she probably didn't know, she may have run out of the house and called for help. But this is her own son, so there is that sense of, in as much as he is doing something sketchy, it's my son. What is the worst that could happen? And before she knew it, her own son, Matthias, brought out a sledgehammer from nowhere and struck his mother in the head. He went on to ransack the house, steal money from her, and then continued hitting her till she died. He killed his mother and eventually they shaved her parts for their ritual purposes, kept it in a zip bag, and then locked up the house girl somewhere in the kitchen store, told her to keep quiet, otherwise they would kill her too. They wrapped the woman and then took her body to the well in the backyard where they dumped it and closed it. It didn't end there. Eventually, Matthias took the house girl. Along with his friend, they both kidnapped the house girl, put her on a motorcycle, most likely taking her somewhere only God knows where. Maybe they were taking her to the shrine, maybe they were taking her to the native doctor, or maybe they were taking her somewhere else to kill her. On their way, though, they spotted a checkpoint. And of course, a motorcycle is the wrong means of transportation you want to use to kidnap somebody. So seeing the checkpoint, they knew that once they get to that checkpoint, this house girl was going to create a scene. They left the bike, ran away, and left the girl. Some sources claim that the house girl went straight to the police at the checkpoint. Some other sources said she went home to her parents and her family and told them what had happened, and the family were the ones who now went to the police. Eventually, the police were brought back to the home of Miss Justina and her body was recovered. This story came out somewhere in December, and I tried to do it because at the time, I didn't really believe the narrative of the house girl. Thank God I didn't post it because I was like, there's a lot of, I could not just even believe, in as much as we've done stories where we've seen the worst thing happen, I just could not believe a son would do this to their mother. And now to find out that this is actually real, even with the help of his friend, wow. Matthias was on the run for about 3 weeks because eventually, in the second week of January 2025, he was caught and arrested and paraded, where he was questioned as to why he did what he did.
How did you kill your mother? We, you and who?
Me and Wakot.
Wakot.
How na take kill am?
That one, you don't be have to.
So how na take kill am?
Na take kill your mother.
Wetin be the thing?
What you want to take it out?
Hammer, stick.
Na hammer. They say
Why
the
you
hammer
take
now.
her? Why you take her?
For our house.
Why you kill her? After you kill her, what you do?
After we kill her, I will down for women and we together. We call Blacker, me and I call Blacker to
Go to inside where?
go outside. Then he can open the well. As he open the well, he can carry her body, carry to put in.
Him alone, I be two of una.
Him alone or you and him?
But as we go reach for the well,
Now only him drag the dead body, put inside well, or una follow together.
nah, him alone will drag the body, put inside.
Leave am, me go talk through.
How una take drag the woman, put inside well? No, shut up.
So this is a video of him being caught and being paraded. I had to cut it because of the physical panel beating they were doing to them. I don't know who this guy is in red. He seems like a criminal. I don't know. Maybe that was the native doctor. I'm not sure. However, his friend is still on the run. So they'll maybe find him, or maybe he has really taken a pass on this and has left Cross River State entirely. But I believe that picture circulating could be the friend. But I don't know if he still looks like that. It's just unfortunate that this really had to happen. Come on, morning rituals, you have to shave hair. Like, at some point, we gotta be reasonable. People who cut human hair don't even make money. So when someone tells you have to shave the hair of your mother that you killed, certain things are just ridiculous. It's stupid on his own part. He looks stupid with that shape of hair. It's just unfortunate that he fell for this and this woman had to be the victim. Oh man, this is terrible.